tired. Have to wait for just a second here. Jenica has to go inside her house and do something. Then we're gonna take back off. So I thought I'd hop on, do a quick live stream, see if anybody is gonna join or not. Oh, my back hurts. from, from a couple days ago doing the chainsawing. I've taken some ibuprofen, but it hasn't helped. But yeah, I just wanted to do a quick chat. Crochet Mama's here. Good evening. Good evening, Crochet Mama. Kimberly Perry. Hi. Fan of Psyche from Utah. I don't think I've seen you before, fan of Psyche. I mean, there's like always the regulars, and I don't recognize your name. Greg Brown, howdy from Texas. Darwin Mitchell, hello. Okay, a lot of people jumped on. Okay, Crochet Mama, I just watched your last video when I decided to go live. Oh, Janet Gordon, hello from Shawnee, Kansas. Hello. You know that I'm in Kansas, right, Janet? I don't know. I don't here south of Wichita. Claudine Bird, Tammy Christensen, I just finished your last video. Victoria Taylor, Shasta Lake, California. Taryn, hi from Draper. I never catch lives. I'm glad that you caught this one. I'm surprised that so many people are on right now. So I'm going to skip down. Cubria, and that is how you pronounce it. Cubria White. Hello, love the live streams. Let's skip down a little bit. Shandy Moore. Jared, I've tried to send you info on a video of a toddler saying Jesus hiding during April 2020 General Conference. I think I know that video. I know I've seen a video of like a toddler like in the living room as like General Conference is going on. I think I know that video. Um, I wish like there was a way that all of us could like talk and like share all of our like personal experiences, and I guess that we kind of can, but some of them are more on the sacred side. Some of them other people probably wouldn't believe. You know, there's like things that I would share, but it's not that it's too personal, but just it's kind of like certain things are kind of like you have to have been there to have fully appreciated it. Not that it was like anything like big or profound or anything like that, but special. I feel like we've had a lot of special things happen. Uh, Janet says, "What do you know about Adam Ondayaman?" See my playlist. I made a playlist for Adam Ondayaman. I've gathered absolutely everything that I know of that talks about Adam Ondayaman. I'm actually going to be going to Adam Ondayaman within the next week or two because we have a friend in our ward that's getting sealed in the Kansas City Temple, and so we were gonna go up there, just do like the day before, go take a tour of Adam Mondayaman. Maybe I'll take a video. I don't know, or I'll like make a video and then share it. Anyway, and then the next day is the sealing, so we're gonna make like a 2 day vacation out of it. Um, David Swenson, what do you think about Revelation 9:10 through 15? Do you think this could happen on March 7th? Also, March 7th is the State of the Union address. I wish I could answer that question, but I do not have the book of Revelation memorized, so I don't know uh, what that part says. You'll have to let me know what part that is. Portia, Mississippi here. Cabria says, I sent an email about the moon rusting because of an element on the moon. The name of the element translates to blood, hematite, the moon turning to blood. Yeah, I think I've actually gotten a couple. Oh gosh, have to readjust. I've gotten a couple comments and emails about that, so maybe I'll look into that. What I don't know is that something that's always been going on? Has this process of rusting always been happening, or is that like something new? Or is it something that's always been happening, but they just recently discovered it? Like, I don't know. I'll probably still look into it. Off Road Armada, greetings from South Carolina. Welcome. Are the shorter videos working out for you guys? Like, I'm like in a groove right now, and my videos are just kind of like they're just turning out short, more to the point. I'm kind of like doing this thing where I'm scheduling them Central Time at 7, and then 1 o'clock, and then 7 in the evening, and that seems to like work pretty good. A lot more people are watching, which is good. I don't know if it's just like easier, people like it better. I know some people like the longer videos, but John Roylance, moon landing was awesome today. US sent a lander up today. Oh yeah, I saw something about that. I watch this one channel occasionally called Agenda Free TV, and I saw that I think he was doing a live stream about that. I'll have to look into it. Cabria, yes, look into it. Rapid progression of change in at. I assume she's gonna finish that. Yes, look into it. Rapid change of atmosphere causing rapid progression. Weird. Okay, I'll look into it. Maybe that'll be my video for tomorrow morning. Okay. Janet, we like them better being shorter. Matt, short videos are way better. Keep them around 20 minutes. Well, they've just been naturally just been kind of like somewhere between 20 and 30 minutes typically. Julie Thomas, I find the shorter videos much easier to watch. Yes. Tammy Christensen, I like all videos. I wash dishes, fold laundry, etc. Sherry Johnson, it's better for me if shorter. Greg Brown, it's easier to finish a shorter video. Lately, I can't seem to get through the longer ones. I think I've just kind of like evolved as I've done this channel, because like before it's almost like I couldn't do anything shorter than like 40 minutes as I have YouTube. I thought I knew a lot about the second coming, and I think I kind of did, but like there's just so many things that like I have this like opportunity now to like really dig and dig and dig and dig and dig further than before. So up until now, it's been hard to like not share all those things and put it in one video. But now, I don't know. I'm just in a different at a different pace. Becca just watched Stick of Joseph's video on Temple and Tree of Life. They talked about a very interesting thing related to seven, relating to women. It's long, but worth the watch. Okay. Taryn R. I just read the Revelation scripture. Why is March 7th related? I like short videos, homeschooling 3 kids. Here isn't much time for long videos, but I like to watch them all. Cool. Let me catch up with the chat. Becca underscore. I'm with Tammy. I watch them doing housework. Long is great for me. Laugh out loud. Janeiro, Isaiah 66:4. What are all these scriptures, you guys? Isaiah 43:19, King James Version. Behold, I will do a new thing. Now I shall spring forth. Shall ye know it? I will even make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. What's that referring to? I don't know why. Why was that brought up? Are you talking about how Death Valley like recently had like a lot of rain, and so there was like a lake that formed? I don't know what you're referring to. John Roylance, for all your watchers, sometimes I don't have time, so I set the videos to 2 times and get the whole thing. Jordan Birch, that would be so cool if you did an interview with Stick of Joseph or Quick Media or a channel like that. I'm not really into the interviews, you guys. I used to do them all the time when I started the channel. I did them all the time. And I guess it depends on who I'm talking to and what the subject matter is, but just typically people don't really watch those videos. People don't really watch the They don't really watch the Rabbi Gerfine interviews that I do, but I feel like that's a rare opportunity that I have to hang on to because like how often do you get to have like a regular meeting with a rabbi that lives in Jerusalem? And I'm sure there's going to be more things I learn about Judaism, so I can't let that go. I feel like that's too valuable. With these other people, just sometimes I don't know, they just my interview videos for some reason don't do too well, and I don't know. I'm just gonna stick with what I'm doing for right now. Cat, get off. Cat over here. And I also just like sometimes I don't want to get into like things with other channel. Like it's just right now I'm in a place where I like who I talk to. I talk to Troy. I'll have him on sometimes, like occasionally, and maybe a couple others. But like I don't want to go outside of that. And I don't know. Sorry, I'm not making much sense right now. Okay, let's just get back to the chat. Katrina, the hike. You're kind of my scripture study companion. I mostly search out your videos with a lot of general authority comments. Thank you. Yeah, well, and make sure to check out the spreadsheets. I feel like that's a really good resource. I've been able to compile a lot of things that are just like scattered all over the place and brought them all together in a somewhat orderly way, a way that makes sense to me. The Perry interviewing people is a whole different beast and hard to do. Yeah, I feel like if I'm gonna do it, it has to be someone that like really is very like an expert in a very specific thing. Otherwise, it's just like two people talking to each other, and that may be interesting for some people, but other people they want something really solid out of it, and so I don't know. So I just keep the interviews to a minimum. Are you ready to go?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm probably gonna take off here in a minute, you guys. Um, Phil Amelia waits. I feel it's possible for us to see Jesus this year. I've been excited for 2024 for quite some time, and I'm not entirely sure why. I'm hopeful for good things. I am too. You know, it's hard because like when you get excited about it, there's always people that want to, you know, um, that want to like bring you down when it comes to like different possibilities because they already have like a preconception of how things are supposed to go, and that's fine. It's like I can see things happening in many, many different ways. Like I'm just like repeating myself. I'm like a broken record. Just I can see things happening in very natural ways. Getting to whatever part of the second coming, and then looking back and being like, oh, that's what that meant, and that's how that was fulfilled. And for some reason, there's people that just can't like wrap their minds around that. But I'm really excited too. I feel like there's a lot that's pointing to 2024 for whatever reason. I feel like President Nelson himself is pointing to 2024, to April 2024. I don't know if like the church is going to hit some kind of like new milestone. Maybe something big will be announced. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Lisa Alvarez, hi Jared. Thanks for the live stream. Do you think we will experience the destruction for 3 hours and darkness for 3 days, like in Third Nephi? No, I think that will be caught up, but maybe I don't know. That could happen. Zybarth and would love it being this year. Ellie Marie, my family sister who work in the temple and their husbands are totally asleep right now. Ugh. Yeah, well, just everyone's at different levels of progression, and I don't know what to say. I'm actually kind of getting burnt down on like wondering why people don't seem to be excited about the second coming, don't want to talk about it, want to push it off into the future. And I understand that there's like many, many different reasons. We just need to be kind to them, respectful, and hope that they do the same for us if we have a different opinion. Alma Perry, I have friends and family who genuinely fear the second coming, so I wish it was right now. So sick of the wickedness in this world. Yeah, that's one reason. I think maybe there's some like good people, like they're not like trying to push it off because they're not living their lives the way that they should. They're good people, but they're just like afraid for some reason. I think some of that is because of like misconceptions about what's supposed to happen at the second coming.
I left the keys inside.
Oh, okay. Like I said, like I've seen some comments from people that don't seem to like they don't seem to understand the purpose of the millennium or like much about this. So like if you don't know anything about the second coming, then I guess it is like a scary thing. If you just know kind of like that there's going to be destruction and upheaval and worldwide fire. So I guess I could understand how people would be scared, but I wish that they would just study it so that they know that there's not anything to fear. Like we have all these promises in the scriptures and from the prophets that if we live righteously, we'll be spared. And yeah, we'll probably have to go through some stuff, but it's not going to be the same as if you're wicked. I have that part of my spreadsheet quotes A through Z about the future being bright, how during President Nelson's time, just over and over and over again, we have our prophet and apostles that speak in a very optimistic way about the future and to not fear. And I don't know. I don't know. Mackenzie K, I'm sensitive and I'm afraid of seeing Telesha people really suffering. Well, you mean like at the burning, like when the earth is cleansed by fire? I don't know how it'll be, but I tend to think that it'll be like a merciful, like instantaneous thing. That's just how I picture it. I don't know. Ellie Marie, as if the Millennium wouldn't be way better than any of our own plans. I know, but that's another thing. I think sometimes people have a hard time like picturing things, like really, and it's hard because it's like abstract. We haven't experienced it yet, but if you just like put together what we know about the Millennium, it sounds pretty dang incredible. Like, why wouldn't you want to be there right now, no matter how good your life is right now? It sounds like it's going to be just that much better in like really profound ways, like our bodies being changed, no more disease, no more thorns. That sounds amazing. It sounds amazing. Ellie Marie, I have a medication injury. I'm ready to go. Well, I hope you're able to cope with it for now, and if it makes you feel any better, I think it's soon. I feel like personally, I feel like I've seen a compression of events in my personal life, events and signs, and just like things moving quickly. And I don't need to get into all that. Maybe some of you have experienced the same thing. But last year and this year have been different from 2022, 2021, 2020. So, I mean, I wish I could just lay it out all out there for you, but I feel like there's been a compression of things, possibly, most likely, well, I believe, preparing me and my family for the second coming, and maybe some of you have had that too. Julie Thomas, I've had feelings my whole life that I would see the second coming, and lately have been feeling something about appearances happening over a 7 year period from 2024 to 2031. That's cool. Katrina uh, uh, Dalke. Today, a friend told me that after years of being inactive, he's lately feeling very strongly that he doesn't have much time left. Um, he's been working harder than ever to return to the temple. that's probably some of the, blessings, privileges, and miracles that President Nelson has been talking about. I've talked to a few people um, who, like, within the last few years have come back to church, and they just kind of like what you described. They just had a feeling like it was time to come back to church. I wonder how much that is happening. I wish I could graph that. I wish I had all that data. Kelly Bates, hi Jared. What about the two prophets that will die in Jerusalem before the Savior comes? Well, I think that can happen in a number of different ways. I like what Victor Ludlow said in this one Deseret News article where he was talking to BYU students and he was talking about prophecies having to do with the Middle East. And he talked about the fact, I guess, in his opinion, now it is his opinion, he's not a general authority, but in his opinion, it's fulfilled by just all the apostles that go to the Middle East. And they do go there very frequently. I know the scriptures make it seem like it's like two individual apostles, or sorry, like prophets, apostles, whatever. Stop. And that could be, it could be, or it may just be this entire dispensation, all the prophets and apostles that have gone there. I've done videos showing that, for example, in 2016, President Holland at the time, Elder Holland and Elder Cook, they went to Jerusalem. They met with Benjamin Netanyahu, and we're not privy to everything that's said, but I did do a video about like a talk that President Holland gave to these dignitaries, not Benjamin Netanyahu, but like those that went with him to the BYU Jerusalem Center, and he basically gave a very like missionary type talk geared toward Jews. He told them, he just like flat out, he said things I didn't think that he would say. He told them exactly how we feel about Israel and the Jews. And so I think there's been a lot of things that have already been said to leadership over there and others. And I know some people think there's going to be, these two prophets that are walking around the old city of Jerusalem, you know, and maybe that'll be the case. I don't know. The only problem that I have with things like that is number one, when I've read the Institute student manual, when it talks about 3.5, whether it's 3.5 years or 3.5 days or 3.5 whatever, that there's most likely a symbolic component to that. That 3.5 means a time of apostasy, a time of um, Satan's power. You know, it's been a while since I've done a 3.5 video, but if you want to find out more, do a search for 3.5 on my channel, and that'll come up. So I think that 3.5 just simply represents this dispensation and all these prophets that have been going to Jerusalem, and they go there pretty frequently. The last one that I know of was last year with Elder Uchtdorf, and I think it's just as simple as that. Because if it was strictly 3.5 years that they were preaching, and then after that they die, and then 3.5 days later they are resurrected, I feel like you could just like mark it on your calendar. As soon as you know that they start preaching, just mark your calendar, and then you know when the second coming is going to happen. And that doesn't make too much sense to me personally. I think that things happen in very natural ways, and when the second coming happens, this is my opinion. I think uh, a lot of people, including us that are watching, are probably not going to be ready because we expected things to happen a certain way. But this life is a test, and we're coming to a part of the test where there's a big break. Those that are living a celestial lifestyle, it's the end for this portion of the test. For these 6,000 years, this is the end of that portion of the test, so to speak. So um, anyway, that's just how I feel. I know other people feel differently, and that's okay. The haystack, I think the two prophets were Joseph and Peter, and there are answers for all the questions, but I'm always still open. Yeah, I mean, maybe. Um, let's see. Janet Manning, hello, Jared. What are you going to teach? Nothing right now. I'm just having a casual conversation. I'm surprised that 107 or 160 people are watching right now, which is really cool. I just felt like doing this while I waited for Jenica to do her stuff inside the house. I just got a haircut. That's why my hair is kind of like not done right now, but got a haircut. We're gonna take off somewhere. Claudine Burke, I just ordered my free magazines from the church. Oh yeah, they said something about that at church on Sunday in my ward. Is that like church wide? Like you can order free church magazines? Let's see. Julie Thomas. Oh, she's talking to someone else. Bold Killer 8. Hi, I'm wondering what are a good talk for people or are struggling? Well, I guess it depends on what you're struggling with. I would just go to the church website and just randomly pick a talk. I feel like just like the scriptures, a lot of times you can open the scriptures and open up to the exact verse that you need. Look up any just a random conference talk. Otherwise, like do a search on the church website for like if it's like drugs, if it's like emotional abuse, mental, just whatever your struggle is. Type that in on the church website and see what pulls up. Phil Amalia Waits, church magazines are free to anyone who are registered on the church website, not just for members. I ordered our free church magazines a bit ago. Oh, I'm gonna have to do that because I like the idea of having the physical copies in our house. I feel like that would be more effective for our kids. Shandy Muir, how do you pronounce it? Is it Muir? Is it Muir? I'm not joking. This is serious. Is it Muir? Do you know about Elder Christopherson heading up a new focus slash program to create Zion in Utah? Any other Utah people? December 5th, Sunday lesson. Hmm. Amy Laria. Hello, Jared. Have you discovered another? Okay. Have you discovered another bookend? I shared in one of your videos about President Nelson and Elder Kieran being bookends as converts to the church. Uh, is President Nelson a convert? I remember him giving a talk talking about like I think his family was like inactive, and like one day like he I think he like went to a bookstore and he saw an LDS book and he kind of like had this like this moment where he um that was the cats. I don't know, like just like this spiritual moment, and he was like feeling very strongly about the church, and so he went into the family's basement and he destroyed like all the alcohol bottles that were down there, and he didn't get in trouble. But I think they were already members of the church. I don't know. Is President Nelson a convert? Amy Loria, he joined when he was 16 years old. That's cool. I'll have to look into that more. I think there's something up with Elder Kieran. I'm gonna do a video because there's a story that came out about him and Elder Bednar. I don't know if you already saw it, but I really think there's something up with Elder Kieran. I'm very excited that he has the background that he has in the Middle East and growing up in Saudi Arabia and then in his adult life living in Saudi Arabia. I think that's important for whatever he's going to accomplish for the church. Um, Ellie Marie, oh hey, hashtag flood. My Jewish friend from childhood is reading the Book of Mormon. Oh, cool. Now I'm not going to come. I can't come back to the chat. It's like too much to like try and find it. So can you email that to me or comment on this chat, like in the regular comments, and then I'll be able to find it that way. Danny Kirby, how is President Nelson's health? Will he attend April conference? I don't know. I haven't seen anything. Well, no, that's not true. I feel like I thought I saw something on church news. Yeah, where he met with like a chief of a Native American tribe, I believe, like Cherokee Nation or something like that. I don't know if it was like Cherokee, Shoshone, but like in those pictures, he seemed like he was doing well, and I haven't heard any news. Lisa Jax, did you hear about Death Valley Desert forming a lake? Yes, I did. I actually saw a video on TikTok, uh, of like people kayaking in it. I was thinking about doing it, but like it's happened before. But I know that California's been getting a lot of like atmospheric river storms, and that's why this is happening. But I haven't seen anything that about that particular event that's like record breaking or or anything like that. So I haven't really done anything about it on the channel. Everyone's saying happy birthday, Jax. Oh, happy birthday, Jax. Happy birthday. CO2MC number 26. Don't know if you heard about the comet that was seen in about a dozen US states. That happened last night at 6 o'clock. A comet or like a meteor space and like not in our, and therefore like a much larger geographical area would be able to see a comet. But if it's like a meteor entering the atmosphere, then yeah, it would just be like a few states. Or, so I don't know. I haven't heard about it though. Yep. Eve Dame, 20 thumbs up. 110 in the chat. Thanks for always bringing that up, Eve. Surf and Summit Mama, it was an extremely large meteor. Well, I might have to look into it. Was it as big as Chelyabinsk in 2013? Because that was a big meteor. It literally had the explosive yield of a nuclear bomb. CO2 MC number 26, they said a comet? Really? Ellie Marie, the Devil Comet will be seen during the eclipse. Yeah, actually, my most my most recent video, I mentioned that. Plus a new comet that I just found out about that's going to be visible. I guess it started being visible on Valentine's Day, which is interesting, and then it's going to be visible through March. But I did talk about 12P Pons Brooks. That's the one that's going to be visible during the eclipse if you have binoculars and if you're in the path of totality. Haley James, just curious if you've ever researched the new Madrid fault line. It's near where I live, and I only recently learned about it. I hear about it from time to time, but I haven't like done a research into it or anything. Give me just 1 second. Oh, oh, I need to take more ibuprofen. Oh, or just like not get old anymore. Hopefully, once our bodies are quickened, my back will be fixed. Are you doing okay?
Yeah.
I'm kind of having fun. Do you want to? Okay. Do you want to sit out here, like sit with me on the, or is it too cold?
In here. It's warm and...
You're sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, freaking A, my back. It's been like sore the last few days. It's been like really stiff. Try to work it out, but I guess it doesn't help. Oh, freak. Okay. Mackenzie K. My steak is doing a musical presentation on the 10 virgins. Coincidence? I don't know. I guess we'll see. That's really cool, though. Stephen Cook, will you be in the path of totality for the eclipse? My house will not be, and we don't currently have any plans to go somewhere where we can. But man, Oh, I don't want to pass that up. I'm gonna have to think about it. Lisa Jex, yes, amen to being quickened. I hear you, bro. I think I have some people that are trolling. I don't know, but let's just play it safe. Okay. Sandy Moore, November 15th, 2023, Utah area broadcast, building up sign, creating Christ-like communities of faith, unity, love, and covenant belonging. Zybarth, who wants to go on the Delta flight? Oh yeah, I saw something about that. I think one of you sent that there's gonna be like a Delta Airlines flight that like goes along with the eclipse or something like that. Trevor Noakes or Noakes or just Noakes. President Nelson's book, The Power Within Us, is such an amazing book. It seems like he has a lot of amazing books where there are some gems. Like I recently in that Cusco video, I read an experience that President Nelson shared with Hubie Brown, where Hubie Brown had like a visit from Harold B. Lee. Yeah, Harold B. Lee had passed away, and like at the dedication of the Washington D.C. temple, like during the night, like before the dedication or something like that, he visited Hubie Brown. But that was in one of President Nelson's books, and there was like this autobiography that President Nelson did, where he talked about how he was invited to the Salt Lake Temple. I think it was by Spencer W. Kimball. I can't remember off the top of my head, but he had like a special experience there that he said that he couldn't write about. He like mentioned the fact that it did happen, but he didn't give any details on that. So I just have to wonder how many gems there are in his books. President Nelson seems to, I don't know, he does a lot of like really interesting things. Lately we've been talking about these sevens, and it's pretty clear at this point he is doing it intentionally. I don't know if he's just kind of like doing like a poetic thing, if he just thought it'd be fun, but I don't think he would just do something just because it's fun or poetic. I don't know. Maybe it's just like kind of like a confirmation for us that just like listen, like we're getting close. I don't know. I don't know why he's doing it, but he is doing it. Ellie Marie, Torah calendar, blood moon on Passover, eclipse number 14459. Huh. Zybarth, possibly his second anointing. Yeah, it could be. I would. That's kind of like what came to mind for me first, but who knows? There's this thing about Christ visiting the New Jerusalem, right? And there's the school of thought that thinks that you know the and only then will Christ coming to the New Jerusalem be fulfilled. Take that point of view because New Jerusalem has been defined as all of North and South America, but then even more broadly as the entire church. There's different definitions for New Jerusalem. And the point that I'm getting to is you have to wonder how many times Christ actually has come to the temples. You know, I'll tell you right now, I haven't like physically seen him like in person that I know of, unless my memory was erased. Um, but he very well could have already met with so many members of the church. He's visiting New Jerusalem all over the world, and that could be the fulfillment of that scripture. Or he may only appear to some. There's also the thing that President Eyring and President Nelson said, that you see the Savior when you go to the temple. You see him with your spiritual eyes. But there's also the possibility that he's been there at the same time that you've been there, but not visible, but physically present. There's like so many different ways that I think that could be fulfilled. A lot of different ways. And again, I hope that in the millennium, uh, we'll be able to look back and be like, oh my gosh, look at all this that was going on, and no one was the wiser except for some people that experienced special things. But there's probably just so much going on in the temples and just across the church, across the world. We have the three Nephites and John. They're doing their stuff. There might be others like them that are doing similar things. Uh, I think there's just so much more going on than what we know. Uh, Shandy Moore, absolutely. I totally think people are having second coming or second comforter experiences. Do you guys think people are having second coming experiences, as in like your family? Don't share anything too private or personal, but do you feel like your family's been prepared? Do you see things happening within your circle of friends? Changes, preparations, miracles? I don't know. I feel like I have. I feel like I have. Uh, Me and my family. I just wonder if some of you feel the same way. um, Zybarth said, Gospel Library says Christ visits his temples. Yep. And I feel like it's a safe assumption. It is an assumption, but I would assume that he's probably visited every single one. Um, Lisa Jex says yes. I think to my question about are you having like things that you feel are preparing you for the second coming. Amy Luria, people are talking about the second coming so much worldwide. Yeah, that's for sure. Yep. All different communities. I'm trying really hard to like really watch what sorry. I feel like a lot of the Jews are very alert and expecting things to happen very soon. And that includes Rabbi Gerfine. He's said it a few times. He feels like things are about to happen. Lewis Leonard, yes, miracles and all. Janet Manning, if all the signs that are okay, if all the signs that are happening since last conference, I am really excited to find out what what is all the signs and lessons that we will be learning this conference. I know, me too. I I don't know. Like if like something big doesn't happen between now and general conference, like if we get to general conference and it's just like regular general conference, I feel like it's going to be a special general conference in one way or another. President Nelson hasn't done anything for this conference like he did for April 2020, where he said, prepare for this upcoming conference. It's going to be not only memorable but unforgettable. He hasn't done anything like that, but maybe it's a special conference where it's going to be more of like a surprise. Who knows? Luis Alvarez, does the new endowment video count as Christ coming to his temple? Maybe. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. Julie Thomas, I am an organist, and I played Joy to the World during Christmas at the temple prayer meeting, and the spirit was so incredibly strong. He visits for sure. Awesome. That's cool. Um, Sherry Johnson, I was working in the Albuquerque temple when we were preparing for dedication. We had to hurry and get out of temple because President Hinckley was coming to temple and wanted to be totally alone. That's interesting. You have to wonder what kind of experience maybe he had. Catch the buzz. Oops. Catch the buzz. I haven't done a ceiling for somebody with my name Melissa in all my 20 plus years of going, but in the last 2 months when I've been helping out with temple names or other patrons names, I have dot 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 been proxy for two Melissas. One of them had a husband with the same name as mine. And I have gone a lot because I was a worker for 2 years and I have gone once a week for a few years. That's really, really cool. Probably means something. That's personal to you, of course, but Danny Kirby, four members in my family have had extraordinary experiences in the past few years. Lisa Jex, I've noticed people are aware and excited or in total denial. Yeah, it's so weird. It makes me sad. This channel sometimes like makes me so sad. Like when I see some people push, but it's not. I feel like sometimes it's not like genuine pushing against the second coming, but it's like trying to protect themselves emotionally, psychologically, wanting to change the narrative so that they feel more comfortable. I could be wrong, but I think some people are like that. And I just, I, I just hope that I'm wrong. I hope that they genuinely believe, based on genuine beliefs, that no, but I think some people are in denial. And if they're not ready for the second coming, whether they're living like a telestial lifestyle or they're maybe not telestial, but among the five foolish virgins that won't participate in the main events of the second coming, it's going to be a rude awakening. I guess maybe they see it coming. Maybe they're trying to like hide that in the back of their minds, but it's going to be a rude awakening for some people, I think. Ellie Marie, my med injury symptoms go away when I'm in the temple. Heart. Well, just more incentive to go to the temple. Patsy Reinhardt, hello from Blackfoot, Idaho. So glad to catch you live. I'm glad that you're here. You guys, I'm so sorry about the coughing. I think I might have like asthma or something like that. Last time when this happened, it was like, I think it was the same time last year, but I went, I had it checked, and the girl was like, "Well, it's probably post nasal drip." And I was like, "Oh, well, I have hydroxyzine that's prescribed for me. It's a antihistamine, and I just started taking it more, and it went away. But it's back this year. I'm taking the hydroxyzine, so it might be something else. Hopefully, it's not serious, but I need to contact the VA, and I've just been dragging my feet. So I apologize for that." Melissa Ann, my husband went to a stake priesthood meeting a few days ago, and when he came home, he told me that our stake president had mentioned the second coming. That's the thing, you guys. I feel like I've seen a number of times. Okay, so I don't know his name. There's that one video that's out of the Young Men's General President, where he, on a Zoom meeting, was telling his story, meeting with President Nelson, and at the end, he's like, "The brethren are definitely thinking about the second coming." Like, there's like they're like, I can't remember how he worded it, but he said something, and then there was Elder Treadway. If you go to the Temples of Jesus channel, the one where he says that there's only two things left, he has said that two times. And then there was another video that was put out where I think it's just on YouTube. You know how like some wards have like put their sacrament meetings on YouTube instead of like Zoom. I guess there was like I don't know if it was a stake conference, but there was like a stake president that was talking. He talked about how he had met, I don't know, maybe it was with like other stake presidents. It was like some kind of meeting, and I think it was Elder Christofferson told them like to really be thinking about the second coming. So he came back to his stake, and the video shows him talking to this ward or in a stake conference, and he's like, "So that's what we're going to do as a stake presidency. We're going to take what they said seriously and start preparing for the second coming. And we do that by gathering scattered Israel on both sides of the veil." So I keep seeing it from like very credible people. Like it just, the Young Men's president, Elder Treadway, and then this other stake president, and now your story. It really is like they're not seen this before. I'm a lifelong member of the church. I've not seen these things happen before. Oh, someone gave a super chat. By the way, you don't have to do that, you guys, but it's appreciated. Try NAC and quercetin for that cough and allergies. Lifesaver for me. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you. It is pretty annoying. I would like to take care of it. I better go. We Jenica's just sitting in the car. She's waiting for it. She said that it was okay. You saw me ask her. She said it was okay, but I need to go. Okay, so I plan to have a video for you guys tomorrow morning. Not sure what it's going to be yet, but I'm going to look into that Cabria. If you're still here, I'm going to look into the rusting moon because that sounds interesting, especially if it's like a recent development with the moon. Oh, I can't see the moon right now. Anyway, so look out for my videos tomorrow. And thanks for joining me tonight. Hope you all have a good night and a good rest of your week. And I'll talk to you guys later.